Have to put it up that we have four beautiful people around the table. I'm just going to say, can you introduce yourself and who you play in the Crucible?
My name is Antoinette Burke and I play Mary Warren.
Hi, I'm Katelyn and I play Elizabeth Proctor.
My name's Ellie Walsh and I play Abigail Williams.
And you are?
I'm Sean and I'm directing.
Beautiful. Now we're doing a play that's going to be 73 this year. It had a huge impact in 1953. The roots are huge because Arthur Miller, the writer, he was inspired by the Salem witch trials in 1692. He wanted to reflect the McCarthy trials that were going on at that time, which he himself had to face a few years later. Was all that kind of stuff for all of you guys something that you had to do a lot of research, or do you feel, well, no, it's all in there in the play, in the pages that I'm given? Did you feel you had to go deep, or did you feel, well, it's all there, people know it?
I think there's aspects of it in the play as well, but it's also something we're studying for Leaving Cert, so we kind of learn about that as well in class as well as the play. So.
Right. And for you, Sean, was it all daunting to take on something so revered? And you know, it's been done by a lot of different people, including Arthur Miller's, son-in-law. I mean, you know, Daniel Day-Lewis is tackling. Was there any kind of reluctance on your part to take on such a huge piece of work?
Yes.
So what convinced you to say, okay, we can do this?
I don't know, a moment of madness maybe. I don't know. Well, I mean, as Ellie said, like, it's one of the texts that's on the comparative. So I thought if we were going to do a play, and there's a lot of 6th years, 5th years in the play, that let's do something that has a benefit to, you know, the students that can come to see a play that they're actually studying. Gives it an extra, I suppose, element to it. But I mean, it's a brilliant play. There's got lots of great characters in it. It opens up a lot of opportunities for, you know, like Ellie's done a lot of theatre. I think Katelyn, that was our first time with the theatre group. So there's different ways in which we can get so many different people who are interested in doing the play. And it's a fun one to do. It's a difficult one to do. It's a difficult one to produce. It's a long play, so we had to edit it down somewhat. So we weren't going, you know, boring people to tears with it. So hopefully we've kept the essence of the play, but it clips along at a nice pace as well. So.
You didn't turn it into a musical or anything like that, no?
No, it's not an airplay.
So for you guys, it is a very heavy piece of work. I don't know whether that was obvious to you from the start because you're already familiar with it, or have you learned much going into the actual production? Have you felt different about it?
Do you want to answer this? Or?
I feel like it's definitely given me more insight in terms of, like, when we study in English, because like when we're studying English, just reading it and just kind of memorizing it, but the plays allowed me to like see the characters for who they are and like going more in depth in it, which I feel like has been really helpful when it comes to studying.
For you, I don't know if that's the same.
Yeah,
or?
definitely. I think visually kind of seeing the scenes in front of you, well, during rehearsals and stuff, it kind of enhances like the emotional intensity of it in a way, which really helps with study and stuff.
Now there is that, obviously people can always sort of take a story like this and project it onto modern times, and we do have a White House of very un-American activities currently going on with Trump. I don't know if that's something that you kind of guys tap into, that you realize, well, this is forever. These kind of moments keep happening in history.
Guess you have a point, definitely. It's just kind of a cycle.
I don't know for you guys if there is that sort of recognition that a lot of people would obviously see modern similarities.
I mean, there is the hysteria that's definitely there. I mean, it's not something we really went into about what's relevant to today or not, but I mean, I suppose subconsciously you are looking at things that you're saying, okay, this happened in 1690s. And the same mistakes, the same type of, you talk about, like, say, on social media, people being cancelled, the same kind of the witch trials, like, you know, and the rumours spreading, the lies spreading, and it just becomes something that spins out of control. So not so much about like Trump and America today, but I think just our society in general, how it can be that kind of the fear that spread, that certainly is there.
Well, certainly the internet has sort of started a great currency in conspiracies, and a lot of people make a lot of money from just that alone. I don't know if you ladies are sort of you'd be more kind of into social media than my generation and all that. I don't know if that's something that you sort of have to battle with, that there's always false accusations or misinformation, this idea that you can be almost cancelled overnight if you say the wrong thing, apparently.
Yeah, no, there's definitely, like, me and a lot of my friends would follow these kind of people online, and there can be like a slip up and suddenly the whole world kind of turns against them, and then you're kind of unbalanced as to whether or not you should support them or not, and it's just kind of battling with that. So yeah, I guess that is also seen in the play as well, so it can be kind of relevant to now as well, but just in a different light.
I don't know if you ladies feel the same or you don't care.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. It's a thing of like, there's certain, like, people, if they say a certain thing, it can be very easily twisted towards someone else's own agenda, which is very prevalent in the terms of the character of Abigail, how she's able to twist words to create false accusations, which kind of relates to how people in social media can be like, oh, this, and then the words can be twisted to use that as falsehood.
Right.
Yeah.
Ditto?
I think the play. Sorry. I think the play really displays groupthink really well, which is kind of like, you know, say if Antoinette were to think someone thing and then would tell us, and we'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense, and then we'd tell other people, and that would just go on and on. So spreading rumors, spreading lies, accusations, and that's something that's really relevant today as it was back then. So.
It is ultimately quite dark. Obviously, from Miller's point of view, he was very angry as he put this together. I don't know if you guys sort of feel drained by it sometimes, the fact that you're dealing with this dreadful, you know, example of how people can be falsely accused and how an entire town can go against somebody on the basis of very little evidence, and just that kind of cruelty that's in the human nature, that we don't, you know, hold ourselves in check when we find an enemy that we all want to hate and we all want to feel almost relieved that it's not us. I don't know if it's a difficult play to work on, or...
Well, I think it's also important to talk about those kind of things. Like, even though it can be a bit draining and can be a bit like pessimistic, it is important to talk about those things and acknowledge and like learn from it as well. Like, even with the ending of the play, like, you do feel like you've learned something, you know. So I still think it is important to talk about and not to neglect it, and to just be open about it, even if it is a bit draining.
And would you guys, I don't know, if you talk to your friends about this, or is it really just about the play for now between the actors, and maybe later on you can bring it home and talk about what's going on in the play, because there's a lot of detail, a lot of, you know, layers to it.
I mean, when we're studying it, I'll talk to my friends about it, and we'll all have our own insights about a certain character and be like, oh, why do you think this happened, or like, what were your thoughts? Like, everyone has their own way of thinking throughout the play and how they want to perceive certain characters, which yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, have you sort of felt, I don't know if you talk to your family about it, whether you feel it's sort of something that you're deeply just involved with the actors and it's that world, or... No,
definitely. I think everyone's perception of it is definitely different. So I guess that's really it though.
And for you, Sean, is there sort of, I don't know if there's a sort of I don't know if you feel like it's great for this generation to sort of go deep into these plays, that's part of the satisfaction, is just exploring all the possibilities that Miller has thrown up here.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose the first thing I would just love is the fact that, you know, these guys here in the full cast, they're so dedicated to producing a play, like to be on stage and like taking any play, but specifically such a challenging play as the Crucible. I mean, I know there's a lot of amateur groups that wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. So it's a credit to them that they, you know, that we've worked long and hard on this. Right. So I mean, it's just incredible. It's amazing to see the standard that these guys are at, and, you know, tackling a play of this nature. And like, as the guys said, you know, I think it's one thing studying a text in class and you can get so much out of it through discussion, but when you're able to actually perform it on stage and bring it to life, you know, that's what a play is. You know, it's not so much the text, it's like the pauses, it's the silences, it's the music, it's the, you know, the interaction between actors. That's what, when a play, you know, catches fire. And I suppose, you know, what we all hope is we're going to be able to do at the end of January in the Whale Theatre for our students in our own school and the wider community to come and to see it.
Now, there's a point in every young person's life that they have to tell their parents something that they're very, very, you know, kind of worried about, and they don't know how to reveal it and all that. How did your parents take it when you told them you wanted to be an actor? Were they okay, or?
My mum put me into drama when I was a lot younger. I did acting and modelling, and she done it to help with self-esteem. So she believes that something like this does kind of allow you to be able to be one with yourself, but be able to see other people in a new light, and it really does help you feel like, if I can do this, you can do anything, which I truly believe does help in terms of a lot of like stuff that people may be feeling. So.
And you're just doing it for the fame and the money, you said.
Absolutely. No. I'm kind of the same as Antoinette. I've been doing drama for like a long time. the drama exams and stuff. Really fun, but I think it really helps your confidence.
Right.
Because, you know, you're in front of so many people, and the more you do it, the more confident you get, the more comfortable you get. So.
And you're in a very pivotal role too. I don't know. This is something you feel obviously very good about. This is something that you really want to do. Is it possible that you'd go on and do more? You know, in after school, like beyond those years.
Yeah, I like anything that's creative, really, like whether it be drama or music, and I've done a few plays with Mr. Asuvan now, and I just think it's good because you get to know people as well that you didn't know before, and it's kind of like a shared experience, like you're all nervous and you're all feeling it together or whatever, and you also just build your confidence in general, and especially for me, since I'll probably be spending a lot of my life on stage, it helps with that as well, just to gain confidence and familiarity with people watching you.
And finally, I would think for you, Sean, it's a gorgeous feeling that you know, you had many productions now. It must be that whole kind of family feeling within that moment that people who are in a play together often just bond so deeply, because there's a natural kind of nervousness in there, but also there's this feeling that we're in this together and we're going to make it work, and it usually does work. So that joy as well. It must be great for you to witness that each time.
Yeah, no, it's a great rush. I mean, you sacrifice a lot, like give up a lot of time doing the rehearsals, and you know, it can be, I'm sure they're fed up with me a lot of the time, like, you know, organising like more rehearsals, but the buzz then, the reward, the payoff is like the performance itself, and then like the sense of accomplishment at the end, and like that you're working with as a team. And there's nowhere to hide, you know. I mean, in a football league, you can have a player who, you know, has a bad day, but in a play, you know, you need everyone to be on their game. So it's kind of like walking a tightrope, but the reward is great.
I know you bring everybody to Dan's for the rap party. Is that still the tradition? You all go out to the. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say McDonald's. Sorry.